Now, say my name.
Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
Yo guys, what's going on? Heisenberg here. Today we are going to show you how to tame a max server level direwolf and also an angler. I'm not actually going to tame the wolf in this video, but it's the same process. I need another angler anyway, so that's why I'll be taming an angler today. Cave wolves. So if you've ever gone into Yeti Cave and attempted to knock and tame one of the wolves in here, you'll realize that you are unable to. You cannot. It's the way the game was designed. You're not supposed to be allowed to tame ice cave or swamp cave dinos. So I happen to have found this little trick. I don't know if it's a bug or an exploit, but I've seen it in another video, I believe, but it doesn't seem to be widely known. So what I'm doing here now is I need a female angler. I'm playing on medium server, so level 450 is the max. So I need to find a female angler around 300 would tame out at 450 exact. So preferably, I like to tame a little lower than that because I'd like to put the last couple of skill points in myself in case it doesn't tame where I'm wanting it to be. So I'm just going to clear out all these salmon. But, so usually between like 250, 275 is what I like to tame at. But let's see what we got. 210, that's too low. That's not really worth it for me. Let's see what else we got here. 340, too high. Oh, let me go up real quick. So this applies to dire wolves also. I mean, if you want to revive a 300 and tame it, and it's going to be max server level 450, go for it, but just be aware that however the skill points land is how they land, and it is what it is. I need to heal up here. I'm not sure how I was getting damaged. So why do you want an angler? Well, with the most recent update, anglers are now able to harvest silica pearls from the ocean, and they're beast set. Well, if you get a good one and you level it properly, it's a beast. My angler I use right now has around 700 attack and harvests around 240, 250 pearls per pearl. So that's pretty good compared to what you get by hand. Now I am playing on a unofficial server with 3 times the server gather rate. But this does work on official, but obviously the rate is going to be less, but still going to be more than you're ever going to gather by hand. Just not finding what I'm looking for here. Let's run down here to this pond and see what I can find. Also, I'm sure you saw, I didn't mention it, but bug repellent, super useful in here. Prevents the bats from coming to get you. You still got to deal with the wolves and the yetis, but at least get those bats to leave you alone. So like I said, if you were to do this for a wolf, it'd be the exact same way. You want to find one that's the right level. This one will work right here, 290. It's a little higher than I usually would like. It'll hit max level before I'm able to put all my skill points in, but this will work just fine. So what you want to do is you want to kill it. You want to be careful on that last hit that you don't harvest its corpse, because you need to get the implant from it. Alright, so it's dead. Oops. Okay, so we're going to take the artifact. There's a timer that you have to wait before you can revive it. So, you might also be wondering, how do you revive a water dino? Well, you're going to need to build a specific underwater pen with a revival platform to revive it underwater, obviously. There's a couple of good spots. I'm going to show you the spot that I like to use. I believe I neglected it too long and my structure decayed, so I'll have to build another one real quick. But I like this spot because it's also close to one of the best ocean pearl farms I have found, or routes. I'm sure there's others. I haven't explored the entire ocean, but so let's just cut to the chase. Alright, so here we are. If you look on the map, up here in the north tower, the north area, sorry, there's a nice spot right here in this channel where you can build an underwater revival pen. It's been a while since I did this, so just go ahead and put your foundations all the way around. I think this is too close. I probably should check first, but I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to speed this video up so you guys don't have to watch the entire build here. Alright, so I like to use a dino gate to get in and out of it. It also doubles as a good spot to store your angler. Of course, I didn't build it in the right spot. Gonna have to fix that. Now the downside is you do have to spend amber to do this. The wolves cost a lot more. I believe they're 45 if I'm not mistaken. And it's a good idea to get two, male and female, breed them, obviously. My male actually, I ran out of walls. My male actually had about 700 attack. So he's pretty beast. There's not really any cave that's really poses any threat to him. So now once you got this fully assembled, if you build a pillar here and a ceiling, it makes this little platform where you actually can't get attacked. And if you have a long neck rifle, you can shoot into the water. Or a crossbow, which you can use underwater anyway. I'm going to use my handy dandy little steel pot to knock him out. So we're going to go ahead and revive this guy now. Now if you don't do the math correct and he revives too high and revives just one level over the max server level, he will actually become level 1 once you tame it. So that be very careful that you make sure that it does not tame over the maximum server limit. This being medium difficulty, 450 is the max. So here we go. Sped up the process for you guys. If you do happen to have one that's too high level, you can punch it a few times to bring down the efficiency of the tame. That'll help keep you within that range. Like I said, I like it to tame around 390 if you want all 60 points that you can put into it. Now you do have to level it up 60 times. This one tamed at 413. So I'm going to put a bandana on him so I don't lose him. He's got pretty decent stats, as you can see. We should be gathering pretty close to 200 pearls. Now, I have found that in this spot right here, sometimes he gets stuck at the top of the water line. Just keep pushing down and aim directly down. Eventually he'll get unstuck. Worst case scenario, you might have to destroy your revival platform, but I've always been able to get him unstuck. So I did farm this recently, so I don't know if the pearls have all come back. But let's see how many we can get in, say, 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure we can probably get at least 5,000. So just swim along the bottom of the ocean. You do gotta be wary of plesiosaurs and mosas. This is a high level angler, but his attack is it's not gonna take down either of those guys if they're higher level. And be careful of jellyfish. They can stun lock you and dismount you, so just be cautious of that. Anglers are also really good at killing other anglers. They are attracted by the light. If you need to farm angler gel. Oh, see, look at that, 184. That's not bad. It's a lot of pearls from one pearl, one clam. This little route I do down here, usually just swim along the bottom of the ocean floor. There's a couple of good spots. With my my fully bred angler, I can get 10,000 pearls in under 5 minutes if all the clams are there. Like I said, I'm getting about 250 per. And the great thing is this works on official servers too. I've not seen anywhere that states that you cannot revive a dino this way and tame it. Like I said, I don't know if it's an exploit or a bug, but it doesn't seem to be an issue. I've never heard of anyone getting banned this way. Obviously, you always take your precautions if you're on an official server. But this works quite well for gathering mass amounts of pearls. I've got so many pearls I don't even have to really do this anymore. But yep, just scour the bottom of the ocean. There's usually tons of clams. Some spots seem to not have very much at all, but this northern area up here seems to have quite the abundance. If you level attack, that'll increase the amount of pearls you get. I like to level mainly in attack and also a few times, oh that's a rock, and also a few into speed just because the angler is kind of slow. So let's see, over here there's usually some more. What do we got? Oh, not bad, almost. Got about 2 more minutes left to hit 5K, like I said we could. Oh, here we go. Here's a good amount right here. Put these ones. Like I said, this strategy works for any dinos other than the Yeti in the ice cave or in the swamp cave. So if you for some reason want a max level scorpion, say, to knock out tames for you, that's one way of doing it. The spiders don't really seem useful. The snails, snails, if you have the amber and you want to do it, the snails work real good, and I'm going to show you why in another video. A lot of people don't know exactly why the snails are so beneficial, but they're quite useful. And look at that, already over 5K, and it has not even been 5 minutes yet.